Yo, this is your boy Oda coming to you with part 24 of the Crochet Basics, and I have some jasmine tea here, so let's jump on into it. So today we're going to be dealing with the star stitch. The star stitch is not as hard as you think, but let's give it a shot. We're going to do a chain of 30. That is a chain of 30, 30. Okay, so we're going to go all the way to the chain of 30. And the star stitch, we're going to just do a foundation chain so I can show you exactly how it's structured, and you might have to pause the video a couple times because it's extremely hard to see some of the areas that we have to stitch into. Okay, so we're getting up to 30 right now, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, you didn't have to see this part, but just wanted to add it. So we're up to chain of 30. Let's move on. So now that we have our chain of 30, what we're going to do is from the second chain from the hook, we're going to add a single crochet. Okay, single crochet. And then we're going to go all the way along our foundation chain with single crochets in every stitch. Yep, just as before, because we have to build a foundation for the actual row itself. Okay, so we're going to go all the way to the end, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I'm going to finish up these last 3 stitches. Okay, losing my yarn here. Doing 1, 2, and 3. Okay, great. So now we're at the end of our foundation. There you go. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. So for the next row, we're going to make sure it's straight and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. Okay, stop. Just stop. Stop it right now. Just stop. This chain 3 we're going to actually work into. Okay, we're going to work along this chain. So we're going to work along this chain here, and we're going to pick up loops. Okay, so we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. Sorry, it's going to be a little difficult at first, but I'm going to go into the chain and pull up a loop. Okay, stop. Don't do anything else. Then we're going to go into the third chain in the chain 3. Okay, and then we're going to stop. Okay, now the first stitch on the row, we're going to pull up a loop. You'll have 4 on there. Then you're going to go in to the next stitch and pull up a loop. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 1 more, just 1 more. We're going to the next stitch and pull up a loop, and you'll have 6 on your hook. Now that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your hook, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops on your hook. Okay, and then chain 1, and that is your first part of the star. Great, you got this far. Now this is going to be the tricky part. So this little chain 1 space right here, we're going to be working into that, and then we're going to be working in between these 2 stitches, and then moving on until we get 6 on the hook. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to go into that chain 1 space. Okay, chain 1 space that we made right there. I'm trying to point exactly where it is. Yeah, it takes some getting used to, but right there we're going to insert, pull up a loop. That's 1. Okay, then we're going to go in between those 2 stitches and then pull up a loop. That's 3. And then we're going to go into the eye of the star, and then that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're going to do it 2 more times. Go into 1 stitch. Okay, great. And then go into the next stitch, and that should be 6 on your hook. So we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6, and then chain 1. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Remember, this is your starter stitch, is that chain 1. That chain 1 is very important. Okay, you don't want to skip that because then it's going to be lopsided. So we're going to go into the chain 1 space, pull up a loop, then we're going to go in between the 2 stitches that's below it, then now make 3. Then we're going to go into the eye, then that's 4. Then we're going to go into the next stitch on the row. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go into 1 more stitch on the row to give us 6. And then after you have 6 on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 and chain 1 to lock it in place. And I'll see you at the end. So now that you're at the end, you should have 2 stitches left. Okay, so we're going to do our last star stitch into those last 2 stitches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the chain 1 space, pull up a loop, go in between the 2 stitches that are below it, pull up another loop, then go into the eye, pull up another loop, and then go into the 1 remaining stitch, pull up a loop, and then the last but not least, the last stitch on your row, and you should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and pull through all 6 and chain 1. Okay, so we got the first part of our star stitch. Great. So I forgot to mention that this last and final area, you want to put a half double crochet at the end. Okay? Half double crochet at the end to seal it off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start the next row. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So in the half double crochet that we made at the end, we're going to go into that space, 1 single crochet. So for the next part of this row, we're going to be working into the eye of the actual star stitch. So those little circle right there that you see with the little fan sequence, we're going to do 2 single crochets into that space. Okay, good. And then we're going to go to the next one, the same shape, and go into it with 2 single crochets. Okay, all right, then we're going to look for the next one and then do 2 single crochets. And we're going to do this all the way across the entire row. Okay, so once you see that little circle area, those are the star stitches that you made. And we're going to continue along all the way until the end. And they're very, very easy to spot. If you have multicolored yarn, it's kind of difficult, but I was trying to have some yarn that's a little bit brighter. But there you go. Okay, so we're doing 2 in each of those. So I'll see you at the end. So right now I'm at the last star, so I'm going to put 2 single crochets into that star area, and then on the final stitch I'm going to actually put a single crochet, and I'm just going to chain 3 after this, so you know that you'll start your star stitches again across the row, and you'll continue. And that's how you do the star stitch. Yeah, I know it was kind of difficult at first, but you know, the star stitch is really, really cool, and just take your time, okay? So follow for more.